Can you imagine watching Beyonce dance to your diss track? Sing along. Right? I'm Beyonce fashion. All classy, right? That's wild. Wow. I don't know what I would do if I was Drake. So, guys, I'm so tired that I said I was going to record that I can't even talk. I'm so tired that even though I said I was going to record literally like 5 minutes ago, I just went in the bathroom and started taking my hair down. I had a bun in my hair, you know, was bunning it up. It was cuter, you know, I had a little messy bun vibes, but it's not bunning anymore. So there's that. Hello, how are you doing? If I'm being honest, which, yeah, that's exactly what I'm about to do. Because why? Why fake? Why lie? I, for one, am pooped, exhausted, fatigued, and any other word. Me trying to think of synonyms right now. But I had to do it, and, you know, I don't know if anyone will watch this even, but for the sake of my commitment, you know, for the sake of just the commitment that I made, you know, like I had to do this, even if it's just turning the camera on. And so I hope that, I don't know, anyone who is watching this sees that. Not just for the sake of, you know, like you seeing me, you know, honoring my word, but as an inspiration, you know, like it's hard and I am not holier than thou when it comes to discipline, but I definitely want to, if I'm going to do this, you know, I'm telling myself that I want to do it well. And so that's part of the motivation for all of this that I'm doing, right? Like the 30-day challenge, posting every day, especially coming up out of that season of disappointment. I'm like, you know what? No, like I feel like I had so much work to be put in, even though I've done YouTube for a while. I've never really been as consistent as I want. And then there's so many things that I haven't done. And so I'm like, I owe it to myself to try as hard as I can at something that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? This is what that looks like. Recording even when I'm like beat. Recording because I said I would. Simple as that. Part of the reason why I'm so tired, I should probably give an update. Again, especially again, if you are watching this so that things can make sense. You know, I've been posting every day. And so if you saw, I did get a new job, as I mentioned, I think one of the last videos. And it's not nothing crazy. It's if you don't know what I do for work, I nanny. And so that's all that I do, but I nanny through care.com, or that's how I find families rather. And, you know, it's kind of like an Indeed. I always tell people it's an Indeed for caregiving jobs, which literally actually the perfect time to plug. And I'm sorry, y'all just gonna have to ignore the fact that I look crazy, okay? Matter of fact, I can't ignore it. So I'm just going to redo my little bun. It's the perfect time to plug care.com. So I grew up watching like this pop up on commercials and stuff like that. But if you haven't, care.com is basically like Indeed for caregiving jobs, right? Again, ignore how I'm looking. The inches are inching, but they need to be done with, or done something with, rather. So what that means is that, you know, you can go on there, just like Indeed, and create a profile is what you do. And you share your experience and what kind of work you're looking for. Most often, I feel like it's marketed towards nannies and babysitters. And just like Indeed, both like the caregivers, like the nannies, you go on there to find work, and the parents get on there to find you as well. And so it's really helpful. There's plenty of families on there who pay really well. That's where you can, you know, get the good nanny jobs of the families who, you know, got enough money to be looking to pay a nanny. And so oftentimes they pay you well. Just varies. And having experience helps, obviously. Just like with anything else. You can, you know, bargain for more pay. It's usually hourly. But they also have other jobs too. So it's just overall like different types of care. You could find senior care on there. You could do tutoring. You could do pet sitting. You could do errands. You could find work as a like personal assistant, housekeeping, all kinds of jobs like that. If you're interested in any of that, literally get on there. Better, it's so much better than working for an agency. You're literally like an independent contractor, I guess. Setting your own rates, right? You can get reviews, build up your profile, right? And you can have a good thing going, I'm telling you. Making great money. And I'm not just saying that. All that to say, that's what I do for work. I just nanny. I don't do any of the other stuff. But I use care.com, and so that's how I found the family that I just started with. That didn't do me no better. I look like a little boy. And thankfully, it isn't too demanding. in terms of like the commitment. However, it is the kind of job that can vary week to week, which I'm okay with, again, because I have the availability in my schedule right now. That being said, I worked kind of 2 full days yesterday and today. So that is the reason why I haven't been able to record as much, because I've been at work all day, can't record nothing at work. And then I've been tired. So like, I only can wake up so early. I did wake up early and go to the gym yesterday, but I forgot to record it. I'm sorry. When you're tired, it's just everything is so much harder. Bear with me, guys, but know this. I'm trying to record it all, but I'm starting so many new habits at once. Starting a new job, vlogging every day, working out consistently, 4 to 6 times a week. That's hard to capture, but I'm sticking to it. And I'm sticking to it. I'm sorry. We don't sing that anymore. Don't cancel me. It's just one of those things, generationally pops up in your head sometimes. That is why I'm so beat. I also take my job very seriously. So if you're wondering, like, why are you that tired when you just watch kids? When you're a nanny, and you get paid to do it like it's your job, like I do, people, expect a certain level of interaction, and they're paying, someone privately to watch their kids. And so the whole idea is that the whole idea is that their kid would get that one-on-one attention, because if not, might as well put them in a daycare. But no, like, they're paying for someone to provide, dedicated one-on-one care with their child. That's the only child you have to focus on, that, they perfectly selected you based on your experience or whatever. And they're literally hiring you, like, they're paying you. If you pay someone for something, you want a certain thing. They're paying you to, treat their child with respect, and not just that, but I guess deeper than that. They're paying you to give their child a quality life when they're not there, essentially. That includes doing developmental activities. That includes doing all of the basic care things, feeding, changing, whatever that is, dressing, bathing, all the things. And a big one that, isn't associated with babysitters a lot of time, if you're just kind of like babysitting. But if you know anything really about kids, like if you have experience, you're doing your best by them if you're actively engaging with them most of the time that you're there. Not sitting on your phone, not just watching, not just being in the room doing the bare minimum, making sure that they're safe, sitting them up in front of a box of toys, or worse, sitting them up in front of a TV, which most families like. Again, I think generally we see a lot of parents, having tablet kids, but a lot of parents are still not cool with that. So chances are, once you get hired, you won't be able to do that anyway, because they have a no screen time rule most times. But it still can be tempting, to just sit a kid in front of something and hope for them to entertain themselves. But no, like, if you want to care for someone's kid as if it was your kid, you would interact with them. And, maybe you wouldn't. Again, it's some parents who don't do this. But I'm here to tell you, I don't know, everything about kids and, their brains, obviously. Putting that out as a disclaimer, because I know some people take things like this that way. But I think one thing that is safe to say is that your kids, any kids, are way better off with actively being played with and being engaged and talking with them and doing developmental activities with them and keeping them busy, and not just allowing them to turn into a zombie. Not saying that independent play is never okay, but that's the problem with like tablet kids and parents who kind of just brush their kids off. A lot of people don't have the energy for toddlers or kids, and you either shouldn't work with them or shouldn't have them. But they want your attention, playing with them, interacting with them. That's how they learn. Kids literally learn through play. And so, yeah, if you're not doing that, chances are, again, not saying, every day, you, of course, balance where you can, prioritize whatever. But if you're not making an effort to do that at all, you're doing your kids a disadvantage. I'm sorry, not sorry. But for parents especially, of course, I'm mainly talking as a nanny. For parents especially, I obviously have so much grace. A lot of parents are just in survival mode. They don't have time to sit and do the blocks with their kids. They don't have time to do, all the things, and just probably give them as much attention as they would if they were able to get by easier. And I understand that. This is just generally speaking that if you are able, you know what I'm saying, and it's just your laziness or you're bothered by your children or anything like that, you should work on that and think about what you're robbing them of, in terms of development, when you don't want to play with them or when you don't talk with them, because that, everything we do and demonstrate, they're soaking in. And so again, literally research it. Kids learn by play. That's all I gotta say. I've been enjoying it, but as y'all know, I've had ebbs and flows with that. You know, just like anything else, I feel like that's more on the independent side. It can be less stable than, like, obviously a corporate job or something, or just working for a company or an entity outside of yourself. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. The freedom that you have working for yourself, being able to set your own rates. You always get paid more, always. And then you get to choose who you work for. Literally, you're vetting them as much as they're vetting you. Don't, you know, agree to work for somebody whose house ain't clean. Don't agree to work for somebody, because obviously, you know, you're talking with these people before you agree to nanny for them. And you go over their house and you meet them in person, or you meet up, you know, outside or whatever. Don't, you know, agree to work for somebody who, you know, seems like they have a bad personality, whatever, you know. All that to say, you get to choose who you work for. You can't do that with companies, you know. And so there's just so many perks. But yeah, that's where I've been at, guys. So I'm in a new season of adjusting to this job. Again, it shouldn't be too taxing in the long run, but, you know, this was my first week and I've already done 2 full days in addition to my other job, like my main job. I had one nanny job, but it was only 9 hours a week. Hopefully this is making sense. So I'm looking for another one. I often babysit for multiple families regularly to fill up my work week. A family might only need, you know, care for like 15 hours a week, but that's not enough pay for me, obviously. So I'll supplement with another family, obviously working around that one family's, you know, when I'm with them. But I'm dedicated, because here I am in the bed and oh, it's crazy. Look, rubbing my feet together. Hold on. Literally rubbing my feet together as we speak. And as a matter of fact, y'all know exactly what that means. This ended up being a helpful video. I don't know, maybe it just sheds more light into what I do, and you know, also gives information on a potential opportunity for someone else. Tomorrow should be a better day, guys. We will be back in the gym bright and early. Yesterday was a rough day, so I didn't go to the gym today. Rough day meaning, went to the gym, went hard, and I was sore, so I rested today. But tomorrow, we in there. As usual, leave a comment saying how you're doing in the comments, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night.